Then it takes them, at the minimum, a month. It almost took 2 months for them to do. They do the background as an independent agency. It's improper for us to do our own background because we don't have the staffing and even the expertise to do it here in-house. You got sergeants hiring your chief. You can't have that. You know, so you have to have an outside agency do that. And it is a process. It is a process. So there lies with the issue.
Excuse me, I have something to say. Mr. Gibbons, I don't think you know the lie from the truth if you saw it. I voted for Chief Patton on the first round.
I agree. I agree. That's not what I said. I said Commissioner Stiles voted no when we...
You said Commissioner...
No, I'm going to tell you what I said. Hold on. I'm going to tell you what I said. Clarify, because you don't think you heard it. You didn't hear it. Qualify. I voted for Chief... you voted yes for Chief Patton to hire Chief Patton. And Commissioner Stiles voted no. But then that's a hiring of him. His contract hadn't been approved. You know, his contract tells you how much money you're going to get and so on and so forth. Right? His benefits package. When it came time to vote on his contract,
I made the motion to pay him $62,000 for 2 years. I know exactly what my motion was, and please, if there's one thing God blessed me with, Mr. Gibbons, was a good memory and not to be a liar. My parents used to tell the truth. Something you don't know how to do with all, no, I've had enough of lies, flies, and blood. Everything in here is a lie. It's defamation of character and slander, and believe me, my attorney is dealing with it as we speak.
Remove yourself.
I'm not sick of it. I'm sick of lies.
Sick of your lies.
I don't lie, ma'am. The truth will set you free. And what
BJ Jackson. Sheila Butler.
Oh, there you go. Get him.
Alright, come down.
I'm really disgusted of the attitude that I've seen before me tonight, and I feel ashamed to have voted for people to sit up here on the stage excluding each people. It's totally disgusting that you would ignore what the citizens have to say in reference to a vote. And I think it was basically fair to let us know so we could decide what to do, you bring to the board or whatever. And all this attitude and suing and all that is really unnecessary, and I think it's very childish and immature.
Yes.
And the outburst that's going on is very elementary, and I think we need to get new blood in here.
Thank you. Right.
Ms. Butler, can I ask you a question?
Sure, you can.
Because I believe you're an honest woman and I've worked with you.
Won't be long, you'll be out of here.
That the childish stuff that you're speaking of, some of that's coming from the crowd too. You know what? We're trying to maintain a calm meeting, trying to maintain a calm meeting, but help me out here.
Ms. Butler, if somebody dragged you out of a car, threw you on the ground, beat the target, please, mister, everybody's had that attitude. They beat you, they took you to jail in handcuffs, you were bleeding, you were locked behind closed doors, and you were handcuffed to a bench for 3 hours and not allowed to call an attorney. Now, see, there was a big mistake in that.
That's not true.
You're a liar and you weren't there. I am speaking, Mrs. Warner. And it doesn't have to be you. And if you have the town police go to a black man's house on this block and tell him, hold on, let me speak, please. This man called me, and this man is a minister, and he was called, and he was told if he testified, he would be hung like any black men were hung years ago. No, let me finish, Eric. I
been up.
But this ain't
All
got nothing to do with
right,
me.
let's calm down.
As far as it goes, I paid my cable bill. The town didn't. Do you want to see my son's canceled check?
Sheila has the floor. Let's let her finish. Sheila has the floor.
The town paid her 15 grand.
No, they didn't, Mr. Folks.
That's what my documents say.
And it was paid, that it was given to charity. Thank you.
But, no, they didn't, but it was given to charity.
Mr. Stiles, if you want to see the citizens out of here, you're just gonna have the police to put them out of here.
Listen, we need to have
I need to say something on here.
And again, somebody has the floor.
Before you go any further.
Thank you.
Mr. Hall's house burned down.
Listen, and again.
Oh, she had her chance to talk about
Will you please take a seat?
I did not buy
There's someone else who's at the podium. They have the floor. Can we let them finish, please?
Why you tell her to be quiet so she can talk?
I asked for permission.
First of all,
You still talk.
I would never put myself in that type of position for anything like that to happen. So, and I really don't even know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
And just like I said, with attitude and unnecessary, the comment that you made was unnecessary. You're putting apples with oranges, and it's just not right. And that's all I have to say.
Mrs. Butler, the reason I said that is because Mr. Gibbons put out a flyer.
All right, move to the next area.
I'm not sure the first name, but I think the second name is Russell. It's like yes, something Russell.
Hold, everybody. Please.
I want to thank you so kindly for what you did because senior citizens with disabled. And also, for my address is to you, Commissioner Ross. When he was making I'm kind of disappointed in you because he did all he can do coming around this building, showing us stuff. We didn't even know who you were or even
You're talking about Young. It was Young you're talking about. You're talking about Young.
No, not now.
Okay. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her.
Let her speak, please.
And when you made a statement, what you call it, you just did it. See, I'm getting tongue twisted now. I just want to know why you didn't second it when he had your back.
Right.
He had your back.
Excuse me, all of us make decisions for various reasons, and I'm sure Commissioner Gibbons knows why I made that decision. And,
but I want to know. They want to know.
I'm not going to go into that. We're talking to the citizens about this, and if the resolution does not work for Cottage City, it won't happen. But I indicated to Commissioner Stiles at the time that we did need representation from the citizens, and the reporter knew this, but he failed to put that in there. We talked about everything else, but failed to put in that I asked for citizens.
But you
Why would you do that? Is that why y'all did not wait and voted him to wait till he was in? Why did y'all wait until he go out of town?
Excuse me. Excuse me, Miss Sandy. I did not find out about the meeting until Mr. Pinckney called me and told me about the meeting.
Okay, but if she wasn't there,
I did not know why Commissioner Gibbons was not there. He had just been kicked out.
he wasn't there.
He had just been kicked out. I thought perhaps he didn't want to show. But I did not know. When I wasn't there.
Why don't you say anything in the last meeting we had and voted Robinson out of the chair? The citizen was here when it happened.
Leon.
Why not? Right now, when he voted her out, we was like, the Cottage City was here. So why do you think back more?
God don't like us.
That's is that Joe? Joe?
That's not right.
Give him.
He was out. That's what I'm saying. So what
so the issues around Hammond Park are very dear to me. But when it comes to this issue, I was really, the issue of changing the terms, I was surprised that it wasn't done properly. And that's what I was about to say. And in Hammond Park, we've been working on a resolution. So we know something about how it should be done. And it's under the advice of our attorney. First off, you draw up a draft resolution, and then you notify the public, or whoever the stakeholders are, that this is what we want to do. It's distributed, a meeting is called, and everybody can come, give their input, ask the questions. And if you didn't have a full quorum, you call a second meeting. But that's the process. Is it, are you the attorney?
Miss, to the commission, please. That's who you want to talk to,
I just want to
right?
clarify that you have a chance. But I guess I'm surprised that with all of you, with the intelligence that you're supposed to have, that it wasn't done properly. Any reason why? And I guess that's a question most people are asking.
The only thing I can answer you, Mrs. Copeland, is we were given instruction by the town attorney. Please, let me be honest. Let's be, in one transparency. We were told to post the meeting, Mrs. Copeland. Post the town hall.
Did you post the meeting or did you post the resolution?
The facts are that prior to the meeting, we did a posting, which was a legal posting after the meeting, and once the resolution passed, we did a posting of the resolution. So I mean, I can't hear everybody at one time. And right now, Miss Copeland has the floor.
I guess I'm wondering, why did you not? I get flyers from you, from the chair, about lots of things.
Why not
You go out and
Exactly.
say things, but you didn't fly us about this kind of an important issue.
Emergency meeting.
And you know what? And we makes a lot of decisions that we could actually. I mean, there's a number of things that happen that we don't go out and search out the community.
No, that's
Right now, so we can't do that every single item.
That's my concern about the process.
Yes.
This is important.
Yes.
We didn't ask you to come out and get our opinion about how many flowers go in the flower.
And
This is important,
Exactly.
and it should be important to you to have all of us participate.
Right.
and people had comments about that also. So they expressed their
Okay,
dissatisfaction
what do you do
about
next?
it.
What do you do next?
And I'm sorry.
What does the commission do next in regard to this resolution?
In terms of resolution, I mean, it's. I mean, it's a work. I'm not sure if I understand what she wants. What did you next? I said for the process to complete
And
something.
you don't feel any responsibility to kind of backtrack and call the meeting and ask what the residents think of it? You don't feel any compulsion about
And I
that?
can address that.
I understand.
Ms. Copeland, can I say something? I've lived in this town 42 years. And there was a park that was going to be built in Ward 1. There was no proper notification given. It was going to go through. No notification. Please. Wait a minute, please.
Focus on that.
There was no notice given. I gave Sarah Simmons a document, and we got permission to change North Brentwood. Mr. Mosley did the questionnaire, Ms. McChesney addressed, of sending a thing out to the citizens. We were going to change North Brentwood to Cottage City and send out a survey to the entire town.
What are you talking about?
You're lying.
I am not supplying land. You haven't gotten it because
I don't care about what happened 49
it just happened in the last month and a half.
What do you do about this issue?
We were never notified, wait a minute, you're talking about this. I've lived here, I was never told to townhouses in 2008 that they made the charter change to take in Hamlet Park.
We didn't make a charter
So why
change.
shouldn't we have been changed?
We didn't make a charter
You
change.
had to make a charter change because it said you cannot pick up.
We did not make a charter change because it is not a charter issue. It was like anything. It was like anything else.
Maybe you ought to put yourself on the road.
I'm asking us
Stop mixing up stuff.
I understand what you're saying, but in other words, it's in the ordinance book and it is in the charter, both, where it says we cannot pick up trash from condominiums or apartments.
Show it to me.
They're not condominiums or apartments.
Well, I'm sorry?
The townhouses are not condominiums or
I beg to differ with you, Ms. McChesney, it's called
Where do you see
Hamlet
that?
Park Condominium Association.
But you said you're making an accusation about a document that you don't have. Do you have a document that says that? Because you're making the allegation and making everybody think that what you're saying is the truth. But I would tell you to provide that document. I'm saying that it doesn't. I don't believe it says that.
I'm asking what you do about this.
I don't have any qualms with providing source of that information. And you know what? If there's discussions to be had, then we can have those discussions. But I mean, well,
If an attorney can
well,
support that.
One thing I do want to say, at the meeting that they had on a Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning, on their agenda, at the bottom of the agenda, if this was really citizen input, they put on the bottom agenda, citizens are not allowed to speak until after the meeting is over. And at that point,
They ain't no good.
it's over. So why do you need to speak after? If any citizen would have showed up, you wouldn't have been able to have any input because they would have already made a decision. Does that agenda say that at the bottom or not?
Okay, Demetrius, I want to know what's going to go forward now. What's going to happen now?
They gonna let it pass.
No, man, that's illegal. It's illegal.
But you know what? Just like the elected individuals, I don't care how much they extend their term, they can be impeached.
Thank you. You want to get Cottage City behind that.
Can I have my last minute?
And can we? There's one more. And can we have Wanda Adams prior?
Oh, you got him. He signed up.
All over him.
Who is that?
Talk thing.
That's right. He passed him.
You didn't call him.
Look at him. He need glasses.
And again, see, that's why we got problems. Cause
You the one act like a fool. The whole time you sitting there, right there, everybody else.
can we have a reporter, please?
I'm you not serious. I'm not on my rap.
Yeah, hold on, Leon, hold on. Yeah, hold up. Charles has the floor. You got the
And right now, you're threatening me.
I'm not threatening. I'm not threatening. You're not threatening everybody else. You're not threatening everybody else. And you're recording right now. You're not threatening everybody else right now.
Hold on, Leon, calm down. Calm down. Leon, calm down. Just calm down.
Unbelievable.
First question, well, I can answer the commissioners. Since Demetrius has been taken from being the police commissioner, are we going to continue with the community policing?
Yes.
Are we still going to continue that? Because I noticed, like, on my street, Shepherd Street, police hardly ever patrols down our street. Even though it's a dead end, they come down Cottage, they don't come down Shepherd Street. And I've been talking about this even when I was in office. If you all don't know, I'm a former commissioner. I was elected in office 2009. But commissioner at large. And I just wanted to know that also the female officer, is she still on staff?
Yes.
I just had people coming to me about comments about she's harassing people around town, and has anything been done about that? I mean, including myself, she harassed me when I was in office.
Well, we do know about your situation, and has any, I mean, and who else has been, has there been a formal complaint about some, I mean,
I'm not sure.
I don't know, I mean, maybe there's been some issues that have been addressed, but but you're giving me some general information.
I mean, it was a few complaints made. I'm not sure if they formal
Well, the commission does need to be made aware of them.
Excuse me, the police department is aware of the complaints that we have received throughout Cottage City in relationship to one of our officers. And that's all I can say. That's a personnel matter.
Okay. But how long are we going to continue to let, I mean, back in the days when I was younger, the police, they came around and talked to us, gave us football cards and stuff like that. That's the type of, I'm a security officer myself, so I deal with people on a daily basis. And it's just being getting to know the townspeople instead of harassing them. I mean, it's people that speed through here every day. I see them every day that speed through here. Why are we giving them people tickets so to bring out income up? Getting these people that speed through here in the morning and the afternoon, catching them. But
Mr. Henry, we do have, there's been some complaints, and we do have an officer placed in three locations in town, because there's also been problems with these school bus drivers that have been abusive towards children, and we do have an officer on the street every morning that's supposed to be handling these problems. To answer your question, that's all I'm going to do.
And again, yes, you know what, there's always been some issues, and we've always been working to try to correct some of it. That's just part of the process. I mean,
The chief has invited all the citizens to stop by and talk with him about any of their concerns. So please be sure to talk to the chief about this.
also with code enforcement, have we gotten any candidates for code enforcement? Because Greg cannot do both jobs. I mean, he's maintenance, not code enforcement and maintenance. It's a job within itself. I mean, we talked about this even in 2009. I mean, I think that's too much on his plate. I know he probably say he can do it, but that's a lot for one person to do. Maintenance within itself is a lot.
And the commission has decided that that's a police function, and that task is going to be handed back over to the police department, and they'll eventually fill that position.
And also the last thing is like the park down. I know it's dealing with parks and planning, but we were supposed to have a recreation council and talk to them about at least getting our park done over. The tennis court been turned into like a soccer field. You can't play tennis on there. The basketball courts haven't been done over. I mean, I have teenagers and I have an 8-year-old and a 2-year-old. There's nothing for my daughter to play with on that park playground. I mean, the basketball courts, the asphalt is like gone basically on it.
Commissioner Young has brought some issues to the table, but you know what? Folks have been coming to her, giving suggestions for things that are needed or that they would like to see. And she has made some progress in terms of contacting and talking to the right people to have some things done. More specifically having to do with the basketball.
Ms. Kendra from the Park Plan was here tonight earlier. I spoke with her regarding the concerns of the basketball court, and he will be contacting. I will be contacting him tomorrow to find out what's the status of that. It has to go to the leadership and park planning because it's a monetary decision, just like anything else. But we had previously requested that.
And the last thing I wanted to say, and I said that when Aileen was in office, Demetrius, Phyllis, when we were in office, Bill Hall, like disrespect each other. I mean, it's just disrespectful to, it's just like Sheila said, it's a disgrace to see our commissioners, you're our leaders. You know how when we had bad leaders, that's why the citizens not going to respect us, because you're not respecting each other.
You know what? And for about 10 minutes, we've had a little bit of calm, and we've been able to listen and talk, and that's the way it should be. So I mean, you know what? And in fact, I challenge the citizens to come in and to also behave. You know what? There might be some misbehaving up here, But you know what? We try not to do that, and I'd like to think that we could expect the same out of the citizens when they come in. You got questions? Well then, you know, let's talk about it. You know, this isn't come beat up the commissioners, and you know what? When you attack somebody, you know, folks go on the defensive, and that's natural. If somebody attacks you, you're gonna become defensive, and that's what happens.
But you have to exercise self-control when you're in
And you are correct, and we've tried our best. Well, I can only speak for me. I'm trying. Is that, you got any more? Is that it? Is that it? Oh, sure.
Mr. Payne, I talked to Ms. McDaniels this evening, and she said the work is in process for full court festival.
Thank you.
Oh, actually, she hasn't finished talking to Mr. Baker about that. And so they have to make a decision.
She was still talking. Why don't you let me have my child?
That is exactly what was just said.
And we're working on that. So please,
Working on it.
yes.
Since I'm on it, please speak to me and I'll ask another question. No, let's speak first. All right.
Okay, it was asked what's going to happen with the resolution. The law provides that if we get signatures of 20% of the registered voters, then the resolution does not go into effect unless it's voted on at the next appropriate time for it to be on the ballot. We now have a petition with at least 20% of the registered voters. If anyone else wants to sign that petition, you can contact me. I'm Ann Young, Bill Kopecki, Demetrius, Pat Rose, Joan Daniels, Aileen McChesney, Richard Cote, Bill Hall, if you want to add your name to that petition. But we already have those numbers, and we will be submitting that petition when everyone who wants to sign has a chance to do it, and that's going on.
I have questions. Can we get this typed up and letters passed out to all the citizens, so if they choose to sign the petition, they'll know who to contact and get a copy of it?
Yeah,
So we can get everybody's name and number, so we, you know, because a lot of people might be at work. You know what I'm saying?
I put a flyer out and has my number on it, tell them that call me if they want to sign the petition.
Where's that?
I gave it to you the other day, I'll show it to you.
Wanda Adams. Wanda Adams.
All I'm gonna say to all of y'all need to clean your act up, okay? I've been here 34 years, okay? And I've been here and I've seen a lot, even from the police department. From the police department to the commissioners, to all of you. And for y'all to oust Mr. Gilman Farr's chair, I think y'all did the wrong thing.
I agree.
I'm serious about that because y'all need to clean up your act, okay?
Can I ask you a question?
No.
Do you know why?
Why?
No, I'm asking you.
I want to know why.
So you don't know why?
I don't know why.
So what was the reason? I can tell you why. Because I told Commissioner Young that I was not going to support Anna Angola in the next election, and they were already trying to oust me, and it shows on the minutes the month before. And when I told her that you need to start behaving like a real leader and not treat our staff and yelling and screaming at her, because Anna's not going to be here after me. And at that point, the following week is when she made the motion to remove me as the chair because they're best friends. So, it's not a
All right. No. I want to say something to this comment. Mr. Gibbons said, I got 3 votes in my pocket.
I didn't tell you, that's a lie.
You said it right.
I told you that Anna Angola will not be here.
Excuse me, that's still not no reason to oust nobody for chair because he said that. I don't care, regardless of what.
Robinson, did you not make the motion? Because I can pull the minutes.
Excuse me.
I can pull the minutes.
It's not about me.
I know,
It's not about me.
but I just want to make sure you all understand.
I was here when that happened. I was here when that happened. I was here when these.
All right.
But he did, he could have done a good job.
Is there more, ma'am? All right, then. So that brings to an end citizen comments.
Don't forget the voting made.
Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Make a motion. Hold on. Commissioner Young has something she'd like to say to you all.
I want to ask a question, Miss Sarah.
Don't yell at her, please. Please don't scream at her. I'm just asking because it's happened before, so I just want to make sure that I don't want that behavior. She's
Did
upset.
you write this letter in Spanish?
No, that's mine.
Who translated in Spanish? It's your letter.
That's mine.
Who translated in
Why do you have a
you
comment
speak
about my
Spanish?
newsletter? Why do you want us to question my
No.
newsletter?
First of all, in here, I'm with recreation, not you. And you say it's here first, and mine second. And I asked for, since last year I first came on for a full court basketball. Not you,
Okay, Ms. Young.
So why you want to get all the credit and the white folks nothing?
Commissioner Young, you put out a four-page, you did a four-page letter for Commissioner Stiles against me. Where did you get that, where did you make those copies and where did you get that materials? Where did you get the paper from? From me. And where did you make the copies?
And I made them in my church.
No, you did not. You went to Walmart Manor, maybe, because they told me.
To my church, and my church,
You used government to run a campaign. You run a campaign by You may go to jail. Do you understand? You may go to jail. You can't say about this. You may go to jail. Walmart Manor told me. She can shield me. Campaign violation.
Ladies and gentlemen,
go.